word of prayer. Heavenly Father, in Jesus' name, Lord God, we thank you this morning for raising us up, Father God, bringing us up before you, Lord God. We ask right now, in the name of Jesus, Father God, as we speak this lesson, Father God, we ask that you would speak through us. Let your people receive from you, Father God, what thus says the Lord, that they would be able to use it to help their marriages, Father God, help their walk with you, Lord God. Father, we just thank you for this time. Father, we thank you for KCM as a corporate body. We give you all the honor, glory, and praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay, 2 weeks ago we talked about headship, about being, and this is the topic of it was actually position of husband. So we talked about the husband being, well, what headship is. That's being a responsibility to serve, and to serve those under your headship, your household and so forth. So we talked about Christian husband translating the world's concept of authority into the home. God's concept of authority and the world's concept of authority is totally two different things. You can't bring what the world says into the home and call it God. The family doesn't grow in that manner. We talked about husbands are given to take leadership in prayer. That he should establish and maintain family prayer times, and should pray over the family, pray with the family, delegate the family to pray, because it's not just up to the male, up to the man to pray. It's teaching those in your household prayer as well. Talk about his position as a God-given privilege and not a burden. We talked about Christian husbands extending the mantle of protection over his family, which consists of God's covering, and where it says bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. And also in Ephesians 3:17. Talks about Christ dwelling in you by faith, and you being rooted and grounded in love. Okay, so I guess that brings us to today, and we're starting on page 134. Okay, the first paragraph, starting with some learning. I'll go ahead and read that. Some learning that cover should come through the husband have rushed into religious practices that fail to sanctify the nature of God. Numbers 20 and 12, and result in subjecting wives and children to bondage. And this is again talking about position of the husband, and kind of about what I just said about bringing in outside influences into a godly home. And I like the way it reads, learning that cover should come through the husband. So, what do you think the word is talking about cover? some husbands, learning that cover should come through or through the husband, have rushed into religious practices that fail to sanctify the nature of God. What is that saying to you?
In one sense, cover means protect, provide cover. In the context here, it would mean that by providing cover, like, it's in the wife and children, sitting under the cover is burden. That means you can almost just under them control. So it means cover you, you got to know where I want you to go, do what I want you to do. Take that cover by restricting where you go and where you don't. And that's how you can cover each. So in your position, you have to realize you have a problem. But with Satan and angels set an environment be there, know that I am here to protect you without restricting you. And that could be challenging. It's always a challenge. So you think if I don't have full control of it, I'm not covering.
New York, I'm sure we've all heard of families that where the husband feels he needs to step up and cover his family, but cover them to the point of choking them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Covering them to the point of, you do what I say, when I say, how I say it, and you don't go anywhere unless I tell you to. Where he's choking the family, he's choking the life right out of the family. I mean, he's attempting to step up to cover his family, but he's done it the wrong way.
And actually, the more that I just think of cover, to me, your true definition as a man, cover means to put yourself in danger and your family. That's it. I think that's what that's what God does. He's a
Pastor Ed just said, it's amazing how we've gotten so far away from biblical definition that we don't even know how we've gotten into such foolishness. You think about, giving a military example. When you lay down cover for somebody, you're engaging the enemy so that person can go out and take ground. So you're putting yourself in harm's way. They're going to be shooting at you now, so the other people can maneuver. So you think about covering your family, you're in the forefront against the enemy. Anything that comes against your household, your family, you're there putting yourself in danger. You're making sure they don't take the blunt of the hit. And so they can maneuver, and so they can serve God freely, without any, fear or danger upon them. Now they got to go through theirs as well, but that is a true definition. I think from a military perspective, how in the world do we get away from all this domineering stuff?
So again,
the person who's covering, that's the loaded person, actually. Because you put yourself in harm's way.
Right. What would the ideal way be, though?
What's that?
What would the ideal way be to cover you?
Number one, in prayer. And number two, I would say by example. You're showing them you're leading them the way by example. Not just telling, but you're covering them. So you're showing them what to do, so that they would see a perfect example, or the example they should see, so that it make it easy for them to maneuver. Now they don't have to figure out, well, what should I do in this situation? They can just look at the cover they have and understand, if I do things this way, I will have this outcome. Now again, we don't have to live in a perfect world, and God made amends for that. But all things will be, God will take care of that.
Okay, let's turn to Numbers 20:12.
like in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given you.
Hold that scripture. That's what we have called. Dave, can you read paragraphs really quick?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you read where it says some time ago?
I do. Yes, ma'am. Some time ago, I visited in the home of a couple in California. They showed me their new home with delight. When we arrived in the master bedroom, the husband said, "You know, John, it's strange. This is the one room I have never liked." I said, "Who decorated this room?" "I did," he responded. "That's the problem. The wife is the nest builder. Give her whatever money is required and let her decorate it. And then see how you like it." They did. And several months later, when I returned, he reported that the room was now a delight. Subsequently, this lovely couple entered into a covenant teaching in the area that attempted to restore husbands to headship and cover. In this teaching, husbands were to make all the decisions, filling out the husband's picture of what life should be. For the wife to express her opinion was considered rebellious. She was to be docile, sweet, and a perfect expression of her husband's wishes. The teachings went so far as to say that when the couple went out to eat, he should sense what his wife might like and order without consulting her. I can't. I'm sorry. About a year later, Paul and I came again to California, and that young wife, here we had come, called me in tears. "My husband has just gone to spend a week with another woman and tells me that being a submissive wife means that I should let him do this so he can find out if he really wants to choose her or me." I was furious at this delusion, so wounding to my friend, and prayed, binding spirits and delusions, and loosing my friend to return to his home. That night, he came to his senses and drove home. The next morning, they came to see me for counseling. His complaint was, "There is nothing to her. I don't like her anymore." What had happened was that she had tried to do everything that teaching required. She asked his permission for everything. The result being that he no longer wanted her to make love to a child. He no longer wanted to make love to a child. He wanted a woman beside him. She tried to become everything he wanted her to be. And just like the bedroom. He didn't like what he had created. She was no longer God's gift to him, a unique person, a counterpole over against him. She was only an extension of him, and he was lonely.
Stop. Now, remember the scripture we read, Numbers 20, verse 12. Now, what happened there?
I'm getting frustrated listening to this. I'm sorry. But what kind of man brings another man in his bedroom and tells a man, "I don't like this bedroom"? Number one, you shouldn't have had the man in the bedroom in the first place, because that's kind of your personal space.
Well, he was showing him the house.
Yeah, I know, I got that. I was showing the house, but not in the bedroom. So I'm not going to take you up in my bedroom. That's between me and my wife. And what I like and dislike about my bedroom is my personal business that I discuss with my wife. Number one, that puts me in the category already with this man. It's kind of like seeing somebody go there.
Wait a minute. Sorry to cut you off, but I mean, understand that what's taking place is that, the guy just bought a new home, him and his wife. So he's taking his friend through the house you know, as any one of us would do,
No.
showing him, you know, this is the
I would-
basement, this is the
I
upstairs.
would
This is,
disagree with you, Chuck, because he said that he never liked this room, which means he's been in that room for some time now.
okay.
And so, you know, so going all along, let's go fast forward past Nick now and how I feel about this person. Okay? And so, he is totally selfish.
The husband.
The husband is selfish. He's more concerned about what he wants, what he needs, and has no concern for his spouse. That's where I'm at.
Anybody else? There's something deeper in there.
What he did, he perverted his role to a God because of his he was taught stuff that was not God, and he enacted it, and unfortunately, like, got caught up along with it. So, in comparison to Numbers 12, is God told Moses and Aaron, because we didn't sanctify the he didn't keep my thing, the main thing, and the only thing, now you're not going to enter the promise. So
Yes.
when we take a doctrine like that, as Dick said, we become fools. We don't rely on God, we rely on ourselves. And that's always going to be a problem.
But what did he create though in this movie? What did he create? You guys will see
Well,
it.
he called her to, he put her light out. He actually
Separation.
dehumanized her.
Yeah, like that Luke the Stepper wife thing. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I think what he said was that he in essence created a version of himself.
Thank you. That's
It
it.
is.
That's what I was looking for. Amen.
Some people say like they want, and I think most people aren't married, they want somebody just like them. That's a disaster.
Right.
If you need somebody to complement those deficiencies that you have, somebody who knows my wife, we would look polar opposite. So it was just he created an extension of himself, and obviously he didn't like what he saw. Ultimately, that's not the way he was to be. This is not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be between.
But it says Tina enhanced, you guys enhance each other. You enhance each other's gifts that you have. He basically made a carbon copy of himself. That's why he was born with her. He didn't want to be with her. And then on the top, she acts like a little child because she does everything he tells her to. So who wants to be married to someone like that? Any other comments?
And he didn't respect it, like it said here, he didn't respect how she was, uniqueness, how God made her. God makes everybody different, you know, and if you want to change your wife, change yourself first. And allow God to change her or change him, you know, and just respect the way God made us all. You know, God made no two carbon copies of people. You know, from personalities, from what you like in ice cream or whatever, you know, you just got to respect that, the way God made that person.
And notice how he said, talking about the bedroom, this is the one room I never liked. So the guy asked him, well, who decorated it? He said, I did.
That should have been a light right there.
So, you know, he didn't even like his own decoration or, you know, what he put together. You know, and so the response to that was, well, you let your wife decorate it. You know, and it says that your wife is the nest builder. And that, to me, that doesn't necessarily say that a man can't decorate a house. You know, but this guy, he didn't like his own decoration. So to me, why not let, you know, the nest builder decorate?
In other words, he didn't even like his own wife.
He like
He didn't like him.
Yeah.
I see something and I see it from the perspective of the scripture here in verse 12. The word of God says, the Lord spake unto Moses and him, because ye believe me not, and believe, and when you go back to this teaching here concerning that husband and that wife, it sounds like he was out of position and there was no relationship there with him and God. So he said, you didn't believe me not. So to sanctify everything that we have, God gave it to us. The steward over. So everything that God touches, you have to remember, is holy. You're holy. Where we at, this is a holy place. Holy ground. My house, my bedroom is holy. So what he did not sanctify it. He didn't keep God first. And it goes on to say, see, with their children, it said even, this is what I got in Revelation here, even his children, the eyes of his children, the way he's treating his wife, he's treating himself. So there is no sanctification in there at all. Because the enemy is in it. It's very self-exaltation. It's very selfish. I don't know who that said that. Selfish. He's a very selfish man. He refused to die. He won't serve. So he's serving himself, but yet he's dying the wrong way. Because ain't nothing sanctified. So his children see this. If they have it. Because the scripture says, he believe me not. You believe me not to sanctify me in the eyes of your children. Children of Israel, therefore he shall not bring this congregation into the land which I have given thee. So he didn't want to be sanctified, nothing he touched was sanctified, his children, so nothing that he had been blessed with was sanctified. Even the land which I've given you.
And
That's what I got.
if you go back up where I initially started, it says, some learning that cover should come through the husband have rushed into religious practices that fail to sanctify the nature of God.
Yeah.
You know,
What
you
the
can
word of
just,
God said, that's the way that seems right unto man,
right.
but the end thereof is death.
And it reminds me of you know, when we were in anyway, you know, we were looking for a church, and and you know, so Kathy basically would stay at home, and I went out, you know, to different places, different churches, you know, and then, well, no, you would, we went on base, and I mean, it was nice, but I don't know, just didn't, something about it just wasn't appealing or whatever. And then we, you know, we looked around, and then I met another, or Kathy met another couple, and they were looking for a church home. So me and Jeff, they all started.
Overseas.
Yeah. Anyway, so me and him, we went looking for a church home, and we found this little place, and you know, it was about to close. They were about to close the doors, I think that next Sunday. But you know, we showed up the Sunday prior to, and they kept open. We brought that next Sunday. We brought our families, and you know, they have been praying for more people to come. And so as a result, you know, I mean, man, God just, we saw the place almost full, and it was was just amazing how God answered their prayers using us as well. But they were sanctifying God. They were lifting God up in the name of Jesus, and which makes all the difference in the world. Jesus ain't in it, God ain't in it.
Right.
Oh,
The statement is where I like that. It says, some learning that cover should come through. We're not the ultimate cover. Covering comes through the husband. And just as Moses had to learn, I love that because God said, because you did not sanctify me. Only God can sanctify himself, but we sanctify him through allowing his glory to shine through us. And we in the process get sanctified. But you know, it's an action.
right.
You know, we can say we, love God and all this stuff, but we sanctify him through our actions by allowing God's expression, creativity to come through us. His creativity. And by suppressing that in someone like he did his wife, I believe the word says that God has created in all of us a creativity. That goes back to him. It brings him glory. And that is his own self being given back to himself. That brings himself glory. But when we say we sanctify God by our actions, which means we honor him, which means we obey him. But we get in our religious practice because then we put ourselves in the place of God. We're not God. We're not that covering. The covering comes through us. We're in position for that covering to come. Now we get out of position. That covering don't come through us. Matter of fact, we become the covering, and that is dangerous and hell on earth.
Right.
Because we don't have the ability to cover our families without God. We can't sanctify him without himself being generated and emanating through us. We can't do that.
Eva, can you turn to 17?
Okay, on page 135.
Okay. Let me read this first.
Sorry.
Psalms 91, verses 1 through 16. This one with this pair right first.
Sound what?
Psalm 99, verse 1.
1 to 16.
Yes.
Word of God, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare and the fowls and from the noise of pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall I trust. His truth shall be a shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies in day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at his side, and 10,000 at his right hand, but it shall not come near him. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and receive the reward of me. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thy dwelling. But he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder and the young lion and the dragon. Thou shalt trample under foot, because he has set his love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I sanctify him, satisfy him, and show him my salvation.
Okay, page 135. last paragraph, cover and protection. Cover and protection are not a matter of empty, rigid religious practices. True cover never causes a man to usurp God's place with his wife. When I am home, Paula feels more secure. When my heart is right with God, her own devotions are not invaded by demonic powers or distractions. Paula is one with me, but at the same time, she is distinct from me. We do not meet as complete husband to incomplete wife, nor do we come together as two halves to become one whole. We are two identified with one another, so He can bless and reform us through the other while He brings each of us to wholeness individually by the Lord Jesus Christ. He perfects each of us according to our need to grow up into salvation. At the same time, He nurtures those qualities in each of us that He in His wisdom knows will add just right depth and dimension to the team He has called us to be.
That's red. On the top of page 136, can you read, just read and I'll tell you what to start. Well, read the front where it says many husbands.
Okay. 36. Many husbands cannot present themselves vulnerable in a marriage relationship, so that individual death and rebirth in corporate life cannot.
Stop. Read that again.
Many husbands cannot present themselves vulnerably in a marriage relationship, so that individual death and rebirth in corporate life can happen.
What is that saying? Anybody?
Say, man and husband cannot yield to the headship of God.
Get married and still want to continue to do things that are sinful.
That's
That's another thing.
Present themselves vulnerable.
Because man, you got to allow God
Yes.
to do that. We still want to hold on and be who we are, even though we're married. And actually, the truth is, we've taken on a new covenant, which is not really about you. I don't care what it's not even saved you did that. You don't have to be saved. Well, look, when you get married, you what you're doing, you alienate yourself from other person.
And I like where it says, present themselves vulnerable in the marriage relationship so that individual death and rebirth.
Right.
I know we've all heard before marriage it should be two deaths.
Yeah.
You know, we need to die before we get married. We need to die to the flesh.
Yeah.
You know, because what we're taking on is something. Oh man,
Can't do it.
yeah, you can't. There's a song in my head that I heard the other day. It's an old song, and it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years of love. Aren't we happy? But you know, if you don't have, if you letting your flesh conduct the years of your marriage, you know, they say the first two are the hardest. I don't see how you get past 5 just by your flesh operating the marriage. You know, if Christ is not in there, you know, you can't. I just don't see how it's possible. Who somebody had to hear?
When that first says, the first two words that cross my mind are pride and fear.
Yeah.
Because when a man is prideful, he cannot humble himself. There also is the fear of being hurt by someone you love. So those are right there really affect a man's ability to relate to his wife and cause the marriage to be amplified.
But see, all that should be taken care of
Right.
before the marriage.
Well, see, we bring baggage. We shield it at the door. We bring it in the house, into the bedroom, to the kitchen. We bring it with us.
Okay, Pastor Ed, what's
Oh.
what's the title of that? I'm sorry.
So more or less, you got to stop being a muncher man. when you like, because you know how the world is. The world is all I'm this tough guy, and especially in the military environment that we're around here.
Yeah.
Once you become a Christian, you don't have to be soft or anything. You can be firm and all of that, and what it takes to be in the military. But you got to show, especially at home, starting at home, that you rely on Jesus Christ. You rely on God to help you to do things. You're not all that in a bag of chips, you know, because that's what the world tell you to be. You got to be this, you got to be that. But, you know, if it's not Christ-like, you know, you don't have to be. You have to be the man that God has created you to be. And you
Now, I was all that in the bag of chips with my bag busted. and then I wasn't no more, so.
Because you can look at David. David was a great warrior. His men were a great warrior, but he was a God-fearing and God. He was a believer too. You know, so you can be that man or do what God has called you to do, and still, you know, be successful in your marriage and what God had you do with your life.
Now, Brother Green said about the baggage and all this, you know, God always makes amends for that. And that's what premarital counseling should be about. The word talks about in the midst of wise counseling, you know, and that's why people should always get counsel before marriage. Understand what the word says, not from their point of view, but what the word says they're entering into. That wise counseling, you know, can destroy most of this stuff. But a lot of people don't do that. And then they just jump into it and say, I got this. Well, yes, you and God got this, but the word through everything, even going into war, marriage, everything else, is always surround yourself with wise counsel first.
So I was thinking as everybody was discussing, you know, Your Honor, we can't do anything on our own. That's the first thing. Only by God can we do anything. Improve relationships. Have a holy matrimony. We can't do that on our own. It's all through God. And then when Tony mentioned David, I was thinking about Solomon. And David knew the task was great. David helped Solomon because he perceived that Solomon can't accomplish that on his own. And that's what we do one to another in a marriage. We do what we can and we ask God to do the rest to help our helpmate. We're both helpmates to one another. And so it's like the team that you said earlier, it's a team, you know, and so everybody's supposed to move forward closer to God. Like that triangle, that's the way the relationship is. As you're moving up that triangle, you're moving closer to God. So yes, you're going to become more like one another. You're going to see more things. Everything's going to line up the way it should be because you're both seeking God in your relationship. And if everything is based on that, there's no problem.
You know, when we come out of the world, you have been our teacher for so long before we came into the church, the body. It's going to require, you know, I always think back to how God, He kept the Israelites. He said, you know what? They're not going to learn in this short period of time that I'm going to bring them out here to a new place. It's going to take 40 years, and some of them will have to die. Okay? It's going to take time, and it takes studying the Word and being in Christ and being like Pastor Dave said, wise counsel. Yes. Being amongst our leaders who are teaching us and pouring into us, but us spending time in the Word and coming to
what we're supposed to be. So all that other stuff we have been taught, we realize it's a lie. And this is life. His word is life. But they're gonna take time. But it's gonna take really two together, learning together, and
Yes.
growing together.
Together.
And realize that we're gonna make mistakes. And putting up with one another and praying for one another.
Now, if you can get to praying for one another
Amen.
in there early on,
And then pray together.
yes. Okay, can someone else pick up reading from the second sentence? Oh, okay, we're on page 136. Husbands' incapabilities. From somebody read from there still.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
They are still bound up in fear of the mother's critical tongue or controlling spirit to let the wife into their heart. Unconsciously, they want to have a wife, but they do not want true cooperative life with their wife. This prevents real sexual union. But nowhere is the man more vulnerable than in the marriage bed. Not uncommon is the husband who seemingly is arousing his wife sexually, is deadly afraid of any response, aggressive action that she might take for the fear of being controlled or dominated or less than a man. More frequently, however, the husband has been taught by society that he must perform aggressively and completely in sex and complicated sex. And his sense of manhood is too closely knit with this. His wife responds to his advances. His wife responds to his advances tell him how well he has succeeded or how miserably he has failed. He has no understanding of sexual duty as giving, meeting, and sharing physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Consequently, he fails to meet her, to cherish her as a person for her sake, and so uses her that she eventually flees to religion and freedom.
Stop. It's what you said. If we stop bringing the world mindset into the marriage bed,
Right.
because we had this conversation when we were getting dressed this morning. Now, being not always say, usually the male has more experience with sex than the female, right? Generally. So, where does that start at? Where does that start at? I think you said a story a long time ago where it was in high school. But by a certain age, you should have, yeah, you should have had got some girl by then.
Right.
So when you get married and bring that into the marriage, that macho thing that Tony was saying,
Right.
that's what in the marriage bed, that's where the trouble is right there. Because you have this mindset of how you're supposed to perform, how you're supposed to act, where she's got accustomed to that locker room gibberish that you guys talk amongst yourselves. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you want her to perform the way that you boys got together and talk. This is how she's supposed to be. This is what she's supposed to do. But when you get married, it's a different mindset. It's a different area. It's different. It's not locker room talk. Everybody's like this like leaders and things like yes.
Oh, I do understand.
Hold your hand
Not
up.
locker room
That-
banter.
That's just evidence of the bigger thing of what Sylvia was talking about. And that today, we think that when she was talking, I think about Romans 12, 1 and 2, right? Paul right there. Be not conformed to the world, be
Yes.
transformed. See, the expectation would be, okay, just be saved and everything's going to be all right. No, it's not. Just being saved is not enough. That's just the starting. That's the starting time. So this thing of becoming Christ-like, becoming mature is a never-ending process, and we must continue to go through. And sometimes I think we expect too much. We expect to hear in this level because leaders say, okay, the new crystal change, everything, but I realize the next thing is got to be online.
Yes.
There's worldly things that we all still need to be transformed from, need to be delivered from.
Yes.
Not necessarily demons. When you think about it, most of us have been not saved as long as we've been saved. And then you think about, okay, you got saved, now how much consistent Word of God have you been able to see revelation of to put into practice? Some churches you sit there 50 years and you will never hear anything that will help you get close to God. You'll hear a bunch of religious mumbo jumbo and no power.
You had your hand up. No, I'm gonna pick one.
As that would have been, I think those days are over, by and large. In terms of that idea,
Yeah.
it's the only reason I say that. And so I think it's very stereotypical.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when I taught in 6th grade, almost 10 years ago, I never heard about 11, 12-year-olds. I never heard any of those young men talk about that stuff right there. Always. Always the young ladies.
Oh, yes.
I think maybe back in the day, maybe women
Back in the day.
nowadays, bringing stuff.
And then the guys,
all day.
yeah, now, it's both parties playing this jump, yeah.
Everybody got their thing.
But in actuality, the way it should be, in the marriage union consummation, neither one of them should know what to do there.
Right.
You see, in our generation, it came with jump. Came with jump, Locker room talk, they're not getting here. I mean, I wasn't a girl when I got married. John, what do you think I got? Cabbage patch?
That's what I thought.
No. But it's talking about sex, it shouldn't be a taboo.
Right.
Because God created sex. He created everything He created was good. We distorted it. So when we get into that sexual relationship, he has the guy has a mindset, I'm supposed to perform, and then I have a mindset, how am I supposed to perform? But I can't use the world's tactics to perform. That's, you'll get hurt. Everybody's smiling at you. Yeah. But I'll say this. When I used to watch the stories with my mom. And in the stories, you know how the ladies, how they make love. That's what I thought love was, making love. When I got with Chuck, I was like, okay, I'm not seeing this. It's not like a movie. You see what I'm saying? Well, we had to learn from it. I'm trying to throw you the butt. But it's something that we had to learn. We had to learn the different ways of satisfying each other. I can't satisfy him like they do on television. That's a totally different world. Or read it in a book, or a magazine, or see it in a, it's us. It's how we satisfy and relate to each other, how we communicate. I can't be like Erica Kane and whatnot in the stories. I can't, it's not like that.
Well, one thing we got to realize is that the church is home.
Yes.
Is the world, brother, we be less more offensive. The world has been and continues to be a more effective teacher
Yes.
than the church. I'm not saying they're better, they're just more effective. All you have to do is look at people's behavior.
Yes.
Who's having a great attention? It's the word. That's what Paul said. That need to be transformed. But the thing is, a lot of people that are very religious and Christian leaders are not very good with the word. They just want to take it. And that's it's just a really situation. The world is a more effective.
The world is more effective, I believe, Pastor, because it's easier. It doesn't take the discipline. It doesn't take, the loyalty. It doesn't. I mean,
Like
it's,
I
it's
said,
so
you
much
right.
easier
You right.
to follow that way instead of going a different way. You know, it's kind of like going down that fire break and let go of the wheel, and then the vehicle keeps going down straight down that fire break. But when you try to turn off, you got a whole bunch of resistance and stuff, things coming at you. And so, I don't know that
I
it's.
understand that, but then, you know, that's, I just use that to put that thing in perspective of what we're dealing with. The first thing we have to know the enemy. The enemy is we're
Right.
being
Right.
more effectively
Yeah.
down talk. So that means we got to double and redouble our efforts. First, be sure what we teach and be adamant about it, and not sacrifice the way that God's word to attract more people.
So how do you
But
fix that?
sometimes the church become more like the world and attract people to it, but see, that's not what it's designed to be.
But see, how do you fix that? I mean, it's like,
It starts at home.
how do you fix that?
Those that know how to teach, like I said, know what the said, broad is the road to destruction, narrow is the way of life. Like they said, out of man. It is easy to go the world's way. No resistance, just go out there and just do whatever. The world is still
Just real quick, I mean, I don't remember the exact scripture, but I remember Jesus was talking about something, maybe like two calls to be a disciple or something like that. And I think he was talking to people that had been running him for a while, and most of them left after he said that.
Yes,
Yeah,
right.
some of it is accepting the reality.
Yeah.
You know, the things they talk about are not appealing to the masses. They're not, I'm sorry. In terms of this, I mean, you would think it should be, it would be, this is a better way, but if you're dealing with a person who likes what they like, what they want, it's have no interest.
Because it's crucifying the flesh.
Right.
We have.
That's not.
And the flesh don't want to be crucified.
We can't save the world.
No, we
No.
can't.
It has to start in the church. That's the only way, because the church is the only one going to get the truth. Provided they're in the right position to get the truth. Okay? So the world is nothing we can do about it unless they come out of the world as we did into the body.
Yes.
Okay? Now, you have to be in a place that's really going to teach you the truth. You have to hear the word, and then you have to begin to live the word. Okay? Then now you can begin to show your children and teach your children. Even if they saw you start out wrong.
Yes.
But at least tell them. See, that's the thing about it. We gotta die to ourselves and start talking to our kids reality. Who said they gotta start speaking the truth?
Yes.
Hey, we had it wrong. It was messed up. I'm gonna tell you the way it's really supposed to be. And this is where it starts in the word.
Yeah.
Now, even though me and your dad had it wrong, we're doing it right now. At least we're trying to do it right. And we want to show you how to do it right. It can only start in the body, in Christ. That's the only place.
So, going with Sister Sylvia saying and what Imam was saying, it's the same thing, you know. That's what I was thinking was like, you had true north, you had grid north, and you had magnetic north. But you gotta select which one. You gotta recognize that there's a difference.
Yes.
First of all, and then you gotta select which one you're gonna try to navigate to. You know, and so if you want to navigate to the magnetic north, the world, the ground, that's where you're gonna go.
It's something you said though, because it's easy. It's easy. There's no accountability. There's no rules. I can do whatever I want. It's easy. That's what, yeah.
But it also appeals to my flesh.
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
because the flesh has not been. See, the flesh got to die.
Yeah.
We gotta take your grave clothes off.
Yes.
Like move the grave clothes. See, the flesh got to die. Because that's what the word say. You know, El Sandra told this thing. He said it's the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. See, them things got to go. The flesh got to die.
I mean, just to agree with it, it's so important that the church has to. And I mean, because I think someone said, oh, because we start at home, but at home, a lot of times we don't have the truth. What it is. So, like you said, you made it up. You thought that, whatever, the TV or whatever it is, they were showing you was love. Because, that was the perception that you received. But
And that's why it's so important that the church has to stand in truthfulness and has to stand in righteousness and on the word of God and nothing beyond that. Because we're missing
Yes.
our, well, like Sister Sylvia said, we started out wrong, we finally getting it right. We didn't got
Right.
it, come on, but we're getting it right.
Yes.
And now we have to be an example. And truth of the knowledge is we didn't know, and now we do know. And that's the bottom line. The church has to. I can remember when we were in the conference, and Sister Eva was up, speaking to us, and she brought this, and she showed us this perception of, what it would, what we as women and what we're looking for. And when
Yes.
she did it, everybody was like, oh, like it was a shock to us because we hadn't seen it, the reality of it. Because she was saying, when you stand before something, sometimes the mind, you know how the world plays with your mind, how the enemy plays with your mind. And this thing will come to you and your body falls into subjection of it. She said, so you have to put the word on it.
Yeah.
And the way she expressed it to us, we were all like, huh? Although we laughed. But it was something that stayed with you because
Yeah.
you was like, oh,
Yeah.
I do need to put the word on it.
Yeah.
But it was the way she did it. You understand? And I think that's how we have to come.
Yes.
When the word comes, we have to be honest about it. And we have to be true. Because it is our children who is falling.
All right,
victim.
there you go,
We're
right
getting
there.
it.
There you go.
But they're falling
That's
victim
it.
to
Yes.
it. And we need to explain it to them.
It's just, I remember that day, and I just felt the spirit when we were in that teaching, is that a lot of women was in a trauma room, which, oh my God, what? But the thing about it, what God is showing me now, even now, the email He's giving me is, it's not to the place where your sons and our daughters are afraid to come to men and women of God, especially the parents.
Yes.
Say, Dad,
Yes.
I'm having these, oh, we got two babies. I'm having these desires. Like, I need to know how to get this under control. Or a young girl can come to her, even her father, and say, Dad, I like him, and every time, I see him, my lips tingle, and so let's go to tingling. Dad, what, you take them to the Word of God. I truly believe this type of teaching, the body, we the believers who do know and continue to learn and to be taught by the Spirit of God, the truth of His Word concerning this SEX. We would save a lot of our youth. I'm going after my grandkids, my great-grand, my guardian. I'm going after they come to me and I'm going to say, word of God. But if you do this won't happen. But if you do this and follow God's instructions, it's okay. I had it wrong. And like Sylvia said, repentance is the best thing you can do to your child. So listen, me and your dad had it wrong, but let me tell you, I know now.
Yeah. Yes.
So they won't be afraid to come to us and say, Mom, this is happening, I'm having these desires, now that I got my cycle, I don't know what's going on with my body. It's okay, let the church get real and teach our children not to be afraid to come to your mom or your godparent or even your pastor. And this is why, and let's talk about it. And not get upset about it. It's not. We need to do that. It starts here.
Now, just adding on to that definition, listening to what everybody just said about the cover. So that adds to the cover today. You're alive in Christ, you're transparent, and you only allowed to feel the truth. And that truth comes from God. And that's how you sanctify you. Just like He told Moses, because you wasn't dead to yourself, and you didn't sanctify me and allow my truth to come through you, you ain't gonna enter in.
That's what He said.
Because you didn't sanctify my people with truth. You did what you wanted to do at a time to see. So a covering, we're dead. And we don't represent ourselves. We can only feel through God's truth. And that starts in the home.
Amen. 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 Yes, it will.
And when this begins to happen in the churches will become empty.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, there are many that want the truth, especially a lot of young people.
Yes, we are good.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
Young
are.
people
Yes.
that really want to know the truth. They want to know.
And not be think that when I get married, I'm 21 or 25 years old and I'm a virgin. It's okay.
Yes.
It's because that's the most beautiful thing that can happen.
Yes.
I'm telling you. And the people out there that's thinking at you because you save your virginity for your husband or your wife unto God, they don't know what kind of STD they got. So I think I give God the glory if I be the young man or young woman who still have their virginity. I don't care if they're 31 years old and sick. If you still got your virginity, that means you put the word on, and it's okay. It's okay.
I say the word said he would set some aside.
Yes, he has. He has said something.
You all stand, we're gonna go ahead and close. In word of prayer. Heavenly Father, in Jesus' name, Lord God, we thank you again for this time that you have given, Father God. Father, we pray for our young people, Father God. We pray for relationships that are building, Father God. Father, teach us how to teach them your word, Father God, of covenant. Lord, we just pray for each one that's here this morning, Father God. We pray that something said this morning, Father God, will help them along the way. Father God, we just pray for marriages this morning, Father God, in KCM and in the body of Christ and in the world, Father God. Father God, teach us how to love one another. Teach us how to treat one another with love and kindness, Father. But more so, Father God, teach us how to let you be God in our marriages, Father, in our lives. Lord, let's be so careful to give you all the honor, glory, and praise which you alone are due. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Good word.